Listen.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Sew. In this episode, I'm going to be taking this oversized long sleeve from the thrift store and turn it into a short sleeve, cropped, very nice fitting, easy breezy short sleeve. Okay, so a lot of people were like, whoa man, like we had some suggestions and for stuff for you to do. So when I was getting responses, and if you guys don't know what I'm referring to, I actually had a post asking people what I should do with this oversized. And by the time that I got all the responses, and by the time I was able to read it, a majority of the work was already done. But I will take those suggestions into my next and upcoming videos. Anyways, this is kind of like the look that I was going for. I really wanted something easy breezy. I know it's turning into fall, but I really like this color and I like to layer. And when you layer, you don't want to have a long sleeve under what you're layering on. It just puts things to the max as far as heat. So I went ahead and did a short sleeve version. I added some little graphics or a little print to the collar, just make it very minimal. I didn't want to go crazy with the graphic design or anything like that. I think the piece itself speaks for itself, so I didn't want to do too much to that. The way that I did this, I pretty much removed the sleeves, cut the sides so it fits better and it's a lot more narrow and just fitted to my body. Not really fitted, but gave it a little bit more of a structure, something that is flowing with my body rather than just to stick to my body. That was just kind of like the plan. And then with the sleeves, I just went ahead and cut it, slimmed it so it fits onto the armhole of the body piece. After all the alterations were done, I went ahead and put the body piece right side up. The short sleeves, they were face down over it with the wrong side facing up, and then I sewed this together. And you know what's so crazy? This is the first time I did not use pins to sew on the sleeve. I feel like I'm very confident without using pins or anything to keep the sleeves in place. So that's that. And after the sleeves were sewn on, I just sewed up the sides, and I really want to do like a tailor's sewing special seam, but in this case I don't have that much experience in that, so I really just went with what I knew. And in the future I would love to just learn. And on top of everything, again, I put some print onto the collar just to add a little CAD style to it. So that is the process, and without further ado, let's get into the topics of today. So the first thing that I want to talk about is, well, in the last couple of Let's Sews, I was talking about side bags and how that's like so essential to men's fashion and just like the practicality and all that goodness that comes with having a bag as a man. So there's this new trend. It's not really a new trend. It's just something that I came across when browsing GQ. This is where I got a majority of my stories. I don't usually go on GQ, but hey, today's day is GQ. I'm not sponsored or anything like that. The bag is a chest rig. The way that it came up is just, browsing, and I saw it a couple times on Instagram and I was like, oh, okay, chest rigs. It's kind of like having one of those baby holders. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like you put the baby in front of you and then you put the baby in and it's just kind of like in front of you. So it's kind of like that, but satchel version where it's just a bag on your chest. I don't know how I feel about it. Like long term, I feel it's more of a current trend and it's interesting. Would I personally get a bag that it just chest in front of me, like I have a baby? That's the only thing that comes to my mind. Like it's like a baby bag. I don't know how to explain it, but that would be really cool to like incorporate, especially if you're getting into like tech wear. Like that would really be an interesting like additional piece to throw on. And maybe if I find a chest rig or chest bag, I don't even know what these are called, I would definitely want to see what I can do with it. I think that trying and looking at what fashion's becoming and trying to alter it is a big part of my growth. If you see a chest rig video coming from me soon, just know that you gotta blame GQ for that. So let me know what you guys think. I'll put a link down to the chest rig. You guys can check it out. It's interesting, as I always say. On another topic, I was thinking about getting some new shoes. I always wear my old school Vans, the low top version, and I feel like I wear that all the time. And that's not even like a bad thing. Like I love those shoes. I went to the beach in those shoes. I go hiking in those shoes. I go to the mall in those shoes. Like those shoes have been through so much. And that reminds me of like Converses where like you'll get a pair, get it beat up. Like they're so beat up and there's holes in it. Your thumb is like peeking out from the bottom of the shoe, but you still wear it cuz you love it. And what I'm trying to get at is there's so many options. There's so many different variations of shoes out there. It's not about getting like the most hyped up shoe. I think that like a lot of the time we think about shoes and we're like, "Oh, I got to get the most hyped up shoe. I got to get what the I don't even know what's like trendy right now, so I'm just going to throw up what I know back then. Back in the day, it used to be like Air Force Ones when I was growing up. And I've always wanted a pair of Air Force Ones. So I think I saved up one time a couple allowances just to get a pair of Air Force Ones. And then I would clean those shoes every day. I would be like, "Oh, I shouldn't wear these shoes. Like I'll bring another pair of shoes before I can get these Air Force Ones dirty." And then after a while, like I was like, "Dude, this is like too much maintenance. This is too much. Like, what am I doing? I'm literally bringing a pair of shoes to walk myself through the mud and then put on my other shoes and then take it off just to go through more mud." What I'm trying to get at is there's so many cool shoes out there, and I'm not trying to throw any shade at the sneakerhead community. I just know that a lot of us grow up and grow out and grow differently, and this is just my personal take on sneakers now. It's like about what you can afford, because like a lot of us pay bills now. A lot of us are going to be like, starting families and whatnot. To keep that like kind of fresh and different feel to your sneaker collection, it's good to also try variations. I love the dad shoe look right now. I love that we're going back to Nike Air Max 1s. Those are, I think it's always been a thing, but I really like the look of that. There's a lot of Adidas shoes that are not like Ultra Boosts and NMDs and Yeezys that I really love. And I think that's the greatest thing about how you grow up and grow and mature, because it really changes your fashion sense. If you find something that you love it, wear it out. Don't worry about it getting dirty because it's just a pair of shoes. In totally randomness, I want to talk about Jaden Smith, because Jaden Smith is an interesting fashion icon, and the fact that he wore a Batman suit to a wedding was beyond me. But the fact that he's so open and weirdly obsessed with superheroes, that makes me think that you can be literally anyone and you can love something and you can incorporate that into your fashion. I think it's strange that he wants to become superhero or want us to dress like superheroes, but hey, I mean, I don't judge. I'm a really open person, and if you want to become Deadpool for fashion, I don't know how else to word that. I don't see there's anything wrong with that. It's just I think being yourself is like the one thing that we lose when we try to get into fashion, or if we get into design. Like a lot of the time, like people want me to create these crazy things, and to me, I'm never gonna wear any of those. So I wear stuff that I would wear on a daily basis. I'm not going to front like I need to be like flexing so hard and make things that are so crazy. And that's what I'm trying to kind of end today's video with, is even though like DIY is meant for like recreating higher fashion and recreating something that you basically sometimes just can't afford, it's not always that case. And you should always remember that you're human too, and as humans, like, you don't need to be someone that pushes the boundary every single day. And that's why like this video is the way that it is. Not too much edits, not too much anything. I just really want to show how natural and genuine my designs come from. Like, it doesn't need to be always extravagant. I really just want it to be very simple and minimalistic as well. So that's pretty much everything I'm gonna say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it for what it is. If you guys have not done so already, follow me on Instagram. I am working on a couple projects like photography and whatnot and styling. So if you guys are into that, make sure to follow me on Instagram. If you guys love shopping on Amazon, I have an Amazon link down below. You can bookmark that link, and that would help me out as a creator. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Pew!